And that would not have happened if they had just given me the surgery on the same timeline as a thin patient.
Just shut up already. Jesus Christ, the only thing this lady knows how to exercise is her mouth. Alright guys, in this video we'll be learning from the fat acceptance, fat liberation, body positivity, body justice, big and beautiful, and I love my excess belly fat community. You know those girls are full of fat as they are full of wisdom, right? But before we proceed, please like, share and subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I release my next video. And also, I need you to know that I have absolutely nothing against fat people. I think some of them are beautiful. Some are lovely. Some are my friends and family members. Some are quite attractive. I can consider them a solid 8. Some of the best people I know have plus size bodies. But I don't think Hannah Philendorf is one of them. I hope I've not butchered her name. The only thing I intend to butcher is her nonsensical takes. And by God, this lady has so many of those. And she has gathered over 100k followers on TikTok with 2.7 million likes on all of her videos. She calls herself a counselor and educator and has a master's degree in LPC. So this is one of the best minds that the health at every size community has to offer. So guys, buckle up and join me in this section of hell governed by fat activists. And let's see what we can find.
Story time. I have had severe chronic back pain my whole life, ever since I was like 5 years old, and I have done literally everything imaginable to try to make it better with little to no success. My pain got progressively worse over time, and about 4 years ago when it became particularly severe, I decided it was finally time to consider surgery, so I made an appointment with an orthopedic surgeon. At the appointment, they weighed me, they x-rayed my back, and then they had me wait for the doctor. The doctor came in and very quickly let me know that I needed to have a spinal fusion surgery, and I needed to have one as quickly as possible. He showed me the x-rays and explained that I not only had a spinal deformity, which I already knew, but that the friction between 2 of my vertebrae had caused a fracture. So I had a broken back. And I was like, got it. When can we schedule surgery? But he responded and said, well, the problem is your weight. Unfortunately, we're going to need you to lose some weight before we would be willing to do surgery on you. But luckily, we have an in-house weight loss program that we're going to refer you to. And there are many things I could have said in response to this, but I decided to try to appeal to this doctor as someone who, in theory, should want to do no harm. So I told him, I have a history of disordered eating, and weight loss behaviors are very unsafe for me. And by the look on his face, he clearly did not believe that I ever had an eating disorder. And so he said again that I would need to lose weight, and he said the reason was because anesthesia was too dangerous for people in my BMI category. And I said, so how do people even bigger than me get weight loss surgery every single day? They are under anesthesia for that. And we went back and forth for a long time, and he ended up getting very frustrated and just said, look, I don't know what to tell you. This is the hospital's policy. So I had to battle this hospital with this horrible BMI cutoff policy for a whole year, all while having a broken back that entire time before I could finally get the surgery they had established was medically necessary. And by the point that I was finally able to get this surgery, they had made me wait so long that over the course of that year, I had developed permanent nerve damage, which is extremely painful to this day and has radically changed how I have to live my life. And that would not have happened if they had just given me the surgery on the same timeline as a thin patient.
Just shut up already. Jesus Christ, the only thing this lady knows how to exercise is her mouth. And that is why she has an obese body and skinny lips. I mean, that's proof right there that exercise works. But Jesus Christ, can you just imagine being this woman's doctor? Anytime you see her walk into the hospital, you just want to disappear. And after a section with her, you just want to kill yourself. Like, my God, just shut up and enroll in the fitness program already. Just do that. All this verbal back and forth. If you take that same energy and apply it on a treadmill, your life will never remain the same. But no, it's not for you. It's unsafe. I mean, do you know what this woman's problem is? Do you know what her actual problem is? Medical advancement. Yes. If not for progress in medicine, this lady will be as skinny as a corn plant. But thanks to improvement in science and technology, she can now afford to run her pie hole. I mean, imagine if she's living in the 18th century when we still didn't know how to treat the common cold. Imagine if she was living in those times and a physician is like, madam, you need to lose some weight. You think she'll be saying all this nonsense? No. You think she'll be there saying, I feel unsafe with all these programs. I feel unsafe with weight reduction programs. You think she'll be saying all of that? But now she has that option. She has the option of surgery. And she can't wait to dump her plus-size bag of fat on an operating table and have a doctor cut it open. I mean, people are so eager these days to have their bodies dissected. As in, what is the hunger for being sliced up that will make you ignore other options and head straight to, tear me up, doctor? Why will you do that? Like, there are so many options available for you. Like, you have so many options. You will ignore all of that. And what you want is for a doctor to tear you up. And where were all these eating disorders 100 years ago, when people had to work tediously to put food on their table? They didn't have eating disorders that made them terribly overweight. And eating healthy wasn't unsafe for them. It wasn't. Madam, your eating disorder is a problem created by McDonald's and home delivery, coupled with terrible upbringing and, dare I add, a severe lack of discipline. And you may not like the sound of that, but that's the truth. It is. I mean, you said you had to battle the hospital for a whole year. And you've been having back pain since you were a kid. I mean, madam, help yourself now. Help yourself. What other signs do you need? Look, I know it is difficult, but it is 100% doable. And after all the things, this lady has been through, the problem she has identified is the healthcare system. It is so fatphobic, right? Do you know what else is fatphobic? Comorbidities, stroke, and an early grave.
I wasted years of my life trying to convince people that I was the exception to their fat phobia. I knew the stereotypes were that fat people are lazy, sloppy, and stupid, and so I devoted all of my energy to proving that I was hardworking, meticulous, and intelligent. But it never mattered. And even though I have all of those qualities, working so hard to make them visible all the time never changed the minds of people who were committed to othering me. It never made them accept me instead. I wasn't helping myself or other fat people by working to be seen as in compliance with an oppressive and incorrect belief system, because ultimately all it did was validate their stereotypes, not my worthiness. If you're interested in taking the next step and learning more, check out my course, Healing the Wounds of Fat Phobia and Learning to Take Up Space, which is available on the Dive-Through app.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I'm not sure I will still have the desire to leave after hearing this lady tell us her story. Madam, you are not the first to be hit with a stereotype. It happens to literally everyone. You're not even the first to use that to sell a book or a course. It's the trend these days. Every day we see someone who's experienced the least amount of suffering than what an average individual has to endure. And the next thing you know, they are writing a book about it. Or in this case, selling a course. I mean, just ask Meghan and Harry and the countless celebrities, the countless celebrity victims we have parading mainstream media. Just ask them. And if this lady remains consistent and does the work that never includes a workout, one day, she too will have her 60-minute interview with Anderson Cooper. And fatphobia is the dumbest word ever coined by these morons. I mean, it's dumber than transphobia. And that's saying a lot. And I don't think the stereotype against fat people include being called sloppy and stupid. Lazy, yes, but sloppy and stupid, I mean, that's new. And if people think you are sloppy and stupid, I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with the fact that you are fat. I mean, after listening to you thus far, I can see how you may have earned the reputation for stupidity. And you are definitely lazy, madam. You are. When people call you lazy, it doesn't mean that you don't work hard or you're not hardworking when it comes to your job, or you don't clean your room. That's not what it means. It means that you lack the discipline required to lose weight. That is the area where you exercise laziness, by not exercising or controlling your eating habits. And these fat activists are just like trans activists. They love to have converts and allies. They always want to educate us about the system of oppression that make them shed tears at night. Like the rest of us don't have jobs. We have nothing better to do. We are just as lazy as they are and care about a system of oppression that affect people with affluence to afford to keep stuffing their faces. You know what? Come to Africa. Come to Africa. Gather all those children who haven't eaten since morning and tell them about your system of oppression and see how they'll respond to you. And these fat activists, they want to convince other fat people that it is okay to be overweight. It is even healthy to be fat. It is not your fault that you are fat. Being fat is like being black. You were born this way, right? Your destiny is to die of comorbidities at 50. And that's a good thing, right? And that's the nonsense that this lady will tell you when you sign up for our online course to help you dismantle fat phobia. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed the video, then hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring that notification bell. Also, I want to know what you think about HannahTalksBodies. I hope I've not butchered her name again. What do you think about her takes? Let me know in the comments, and until the next video, peace.